Dogs are man's best friend, and when you bring your new best friend home for the very first time, you only have two options of keeping them on your property. You either can use a traditional fence or an electric fence. Now, both of these options are extremely expensive, they're hard to set up, and they're completely immobile. You can't take them with you if you move. I'm Will Pope, CEO of Pope-Collrz, and what my company provides is a brand new system without any of the hassle. What we use is we create a GPS or a Bluetooth collar that uses GPS and geotechnology to connect straight to your smartphone, where you can just draw a map straight on there, and then your dog will stay inside because a high frequency sound will be emitted as soon as it reaches the border. So what this does is, you might be saying, man, that's some pretty intense technology. How can they do that? Well, brands that you use every single day use this all the time, most notably Snapchat. This is exactly how their geo-filters work. And to prove that this technology is accessible, I have actually put a geo-filter over this room that you can use right now. Now, my system cuts out all three cons. It's cheap. We sell it for about 150 bucks. It is really easy to set up. You can just draw it right there, any shape and size, and it's completely mobile. All you have to do is draw a fence around wherever you're on vacation, draw a fence around your new apartment, and draw a fence around your new dog park. I'm Will Pope with Pope-Collrz, and we like to keep your pet in the castle without any hassle.
Does your platform work only with Bluetooth, or let's say if you're at home, can you tie it into your Wi-Fi system?
Yes, sir. When you're at home, you can tie it into your Wi-Fi system, but I added the Bluetooth capability so that you could use it when you're on vacation, you can use it at the dog park, but yes, you can definitely use it with your Wi-Fi at home.
And what's the maximum range for connectivity for a Bluetooth device?
I think the maximum range is with nowadays systems is like up to like 500, like 1,000 feet or something like that. But I would love to, before I ever put the product out, I would definitely have the maximum amount of trials before I ever put it out, just to make sure, because we don't want any lost pets. Then they'll have to hit up Finding Fido.
Maybe a joint venture.
Yes.
So what happens when you get 20 owners all using Pope-Collrz at the park at the same time?
I think it'll be a separate system for each person. It'll be like transmitting a separate signal for each person's app. When you buy the collar, it'll have its own like ISBN or whatever, so that and you have to submit that into your own app so that it's transmitting its own thing.
Are there issues with maintaining the connectivity through, say, let's say you mentioned keeping the dog in the castle without the hassle. Suppose you've got a stone house, and are there signal connectivity issues?
I don't know of right now if there is. I know I have a Bluetooth speaker currently at my house, and that thing works through wall. The thing works throughout my house from upstairs to downstairs, and I have a really old house that probably has like lots of lead paint in it, and it still works. So I know Bluetooth right now is very advanced, but before we ever put it out, as I said before, we'll definitely have many trials to make sure.
Are there competitors currently?
So the current competitors would be either traditional fences, electric fences.
But no non-traditional.
There is one, and it's a radio signal. It's a device about this big, and it submits a radio signal out. But what its problem is a fixed radius. So it's only a circular radius. So if your yard is a square, it might be cutting off parts of it, or it might go too far out. What's great about my product is you can draw your fence exactly how you want it. And let's say you have let's say you draw it around part of your yard, and then you realize you want it to go to a little bit more part of your yard. You can just erase that, draw it to more parts. And most people's yards aren't a circle, so.
You thought about pivoting to other industries, maybe doing like a bracelet for elderly, a lot of elderly walk-offs. It'd be nice to be notified, or a child in a park. where you can do it on the fly, if you're in a park, you can set a perimeter, a child or elderly person needs that perimeter, like a backyard.
I think that would be definitely a great idea. That would just,
I think once you get the technology, you can
For
use
sure.
it for other applications.
currently my system notifies you when they get to the point, and then also submits a high frequency sound to annoy the dog so it doesn't leave. Obviously, I would take the high frequency sound out for that part.
But once you get the technology for Bluetooth, it's just a feedback to give you a warning,
Definitely.
like your child or the other.
We could even have an audio warning that says like,
Because even with electric fences, dogs go through it. They get zapped, but they still go through it. You want to know when they're getting close to the perimeter, and then when they go through that perimeter, you want to be notified instantly. Usually you can catch them
For
you
sure.
know when it happens. But what do you do if your pet gets out? You're on campus or you're at work, you can't do anything about it, or you don't know it.
true. Well, it'll notify you as soon as it happens. And since it's using GPS technology to track where the dog is in relation to the fence, you'd be able to see where the dog is as well.
What are you gonna do with this $100,000?
So what it takes to develop an app of this caliber would be about $78,000. And then I use the rest of the money to develop a couple of collars, so I have a starting inventory and marketing to get it into some retail locations.
How much is the budget for leaving?
I have not a lot, probably about $3,000. Bring it up.
It's one of the things right now in startups. I talk to a lot of lawyers, and they say, under budget, and then when they go live, they get shocked when there's bill for so much more.
Okay, yes, sir.
Oh, triple,
Triple it. $9,000.
10,000.
Okay.
Does the product provide feedback to the owner? So if your dog is getting close to the perimeter, does it send a signal to your smartphone? Or if the dog goes through the perimeter, that can the device send a signal to the owner?
It does. Yes, sir. As soon as the dog gets close enough for it to start emitting the sound, it immediately sends a signal, and then as soon as it gets through, it tells you like, your dog's out, you better go get it.
Get finally find it.
Is there any way for it to tell us something like if a fox comes into that perimeter?
Not that I can think of right now, because it's tracking the collar. So I guess if the fox was wearing a collar, it could tell.
And what does the fox say? Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.